Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Star Wars: The Twilight Nights, Episode 21, Alderaan. I'm John. I'm your game master for the evening, and I'm talking in broken sentences.
Yes, you are.
Joining me today is Craig. Oh, wait,
Hi.
I should do a thing, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Dice pool.
Yes.
Hang on. Wait, hold, go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Craig. I'm playing Craig Tulpa. I assume John was just clearing the pool.
Yes.
I just rolled. I got 2 light side points
That are
befitting.
going to immediately go away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And I am playing a Quarren Sentinel Artisan / Soresu Defender, who is our new bastion of all that is light and good. So, Force help us, I guess.
and Jeremy.
On the flip side,
Going that way. I like it.
hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Ilyana, Dathomirian mystic, force seer, whose morality is at a 4 out of 100.
And for the
And-
viewers at home,
Hey, look!
hey, 2 light side. For the viewers
There
at
we have
home,
2 light
if anybody's morality ever hits 0 or 100, basically they have 1 session to get that shit under control, or they become an NPC and fuck off.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Basically, they become either too sadistically evil or too holier than thou for the rest of the party to entertain the presence of.
Put up with
Crack,
them anymore.
Crack and Ilyana are going to have their inevitable tropey makeout kiss, and then they'll both leave because they're too embarrassed.
Or that. William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Corsarath, the Sith Pureblood Makashi duelist. And I've also rolled 2 light side.
The machine might be stuck. Jack?
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Jash Ulan, the Guardian Soresu Defender / Protector Chiss. And let's see. I fixed it. 1 dark side.
And Holly?
I'm Holly. I'm playing Avazia, Pureblood Sith, Geo Berserker, and Darkseid.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Nerys, Droid Consular. 2 light side.
All right, so with a grand total of 8 light side and 2 dark, is there anybody whose morality is above 80 or below 20?
Hi.
I need you both to flip a light side point.
I like the fact that you make us do it like it's a punishment.
I mean, considering that this campaign is supposed to be mostly based around balance, and I'd like to point out that I'm at exactly 50.
Nice.
Well, I also make you do it because
That's not fair. You
Character,
switched
hold on.
characters.
I also make
I've
you
been
do
playing
it.
this character for several sessions, and I'm still at 50 exactly.
I also make you do it because I've just got to use dark side button, not to use light side button, and it's much more satisfying to see the thing tick over in chat than for me to just manually modify the numbers.
I mean, the funny part about it is, like I said, you do it like it feels like it's a punishment, but for me, I just find it amusing. You know me. I'm good if we're like, hey, look, we started off with 12 dark side points.
Yeah. So we have 6 light side and 4 dark side. You're still coming out ahead, so congratulations on those multiple 2 light side rolls. I think the machine might be broken again. And when last I don't have an intro spiel for a variety of reasons, but when last we left off, the principal reason, you're flying into a battlefield. So, the Shio just jumped out of hyperspace, and you were greeted with a all-out confrontation between Imperial and Republic troops, as you see starfighters flying back and forth. Now, there's a bit of a trick when you come out of hyperspace in the middle of a fight, and that is sometimes shit goes wrong. Specifically, a pair of ion blasts hit the nose of the Shio simultaneously because you came out of hyperspace in the middle of it. And all of you that are in the cockpit see a flash of light and sound as the controls blow up in Red's face, who is currently knocked unconscious.
It's a good thing our pilot wasn't here today.
Well, that's also a way for me to deal with that whole situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
By the way, Aaron will be joining us. Aaron is feeling really sick, so.
Yes.
Feel better.
Feel better, Aaron.
Feel better, Aaron.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So all of you that are in the cockpit, you just saw Red get a blast of controls to the face. And the ship is now pilotless at the moment.
Corserath will pull Red out of the chair.
I was going to say... actually, I don't know.
Corserath was by the cockpit because he was like standing on comms.
That's true. I'm chilling out in like one of the blaster.
No,
the guns.
Josh is down in the lounge.
Crack is already moving for the pilot seat and has asked Corserath to take the comm station.
Yeah, I'm probably in the med bay right now.
Yeah, Corserath was already at the comm station.
So Crack, you get up to the pilot seat, and the controls are currently fucked. You're gonna need to make a quick repair check to try to get them back into working order, and get the ship piloting under not just a straight line.
Not great. Do we have any ship strain?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
It's just direct hit to the controls.
You hear coming from the gunner area. You broke the ship.
Back over the comms. For the record, it's Crack. I'm at the controls now. Still the only one who doesn't conflate crashing with landing. And we'll sort
Then
of
don't crash us.
And over the comms from the lounge comes, I'm sorry, what?
We'll gently lay down Red as comfortably as possible on the, I guess,
Corserath's
cockpit.
got Zer, so you can focus more on the
Okay, all right.
the controls.
I am going to roll mechanics.
Corserath will sort of like strap Red into one of the like non-operational chairs and kind of lean it back to get as much rest as possible, but so that Red is not just laying on a hard metal floor that might be jostled around and thrown into walls in the minute.
Cool.
Was there supposed to be a difficulty on that mechanics check?
Yes, there was.
Probably.
Sorry, I was distracted. It's gonna be difficulty 2.
No, I think.
There's always a difficulty on every roll.
I'm not gonna use my force points on that.
Okay.
So just 3 success.
With 3 successes, you're able to get the controls back into working order and reroute power so that the ship's controls are working. So, Ilyana, your turret's working again. And the ship is now able to be piloted as more fighters come screaming by, aiming to take each other out. You guys are a big freighter, so the smaller ships aren't concerned with you at the moment. But there are some capital ships that will probably turn their guns on you as soon as you're within range.
I feel like the smaller ships are primarily going to be using us for cover at this point.
Yeah, basically. They're just sort of dancing around you.
Which is also not great.
Corserath, any chance you can convince anyone not to shoot at us?
I'm going to say no, but I will give it a shot.
Flip on comms.
Josh is headed towards
Yeah.
the bridge at this point.
As you
Yeah,
flip on
flip on
comms, it's just static.
Is anyone injured?
Of course. Comms are fried.
Not a surprise.
Red is unconscious, Nerys.
Maybe we should focus on getting to the planet's surface.
Well, you're not anywhere near Alderaan at the moment. You're
Oh.
as a reminder, you had to jump because you were at a place that was nowhere near a hyperspace lane. You
To
had
get
to
to a
you had to
hyperspace.
jump to a place where you could access a
Oh, okay.
hyperspace lane and then go to Alderaan.
Oh, okay. All right.
And there is a space battle in the middle of this hyperspace lane.
Well, at this junction, it's not
Yeah.
like
Do we have a heading for our astrogation?
not yet.
I will run the astrogation computer
Yeah.
trying to get us warp coordinates out of this place to Alderaan.
The astrogation computer begins preparing, and it'll
gotta
spit out coordinates shortly.
If you got a spare person, if you could bring Red to the med bay, or I can go up there. But it
I've
sounds
got
like it's
that.
crowded.
Josh will start transiting Red downstairs.
You get Red up and take Zer down to the med bay.
Hmm.
Does comms being fried seem like it's an electrical thing or like a comm jammers are active thing?
Give me a warfare check, difficulty 2.
Okay. Two. Let me get rid of all these upgrades and setbacks that I've got sitting here from last session. Warfare diff 2. Nothing.
You're not. It's. I mean, comm jammers are designed to act like they are your comms are busted, so it's hard to tell.
Can't tell if this is jamming or just wiring still fried.
I'll come look in a minute.
And I'm taking a look at Red, making
All right,
sure.
gonna give me a
that
medicine check, difficulty 2.
Yep.
Crack, you've got controls. Are you gonna try to pilot?
Yes, I am, please.
Give me a piloting space check, difficulty 3.
All right.
Quick question, because it doesn't actually say in the ability, but with knowledgeable healing, I think it's something that I can do. It's just when healing an ally, spend 1 destiny point to heal additional, or that wouldn't matter for the medicine check. Never mind. I'll do that later.
Failure.
Medicine
Triumph, but a failure.
2. I'm assuming.
All right. So, Crack, difficulty 2. So, Crack, you sort of hard turn right and try to get out of the way of some of this fighting. The problem is, as was stated previously, these smaller ships are using you as cover, and so as you turn, several of them just rake the ship with blaster fire. Let me make some rolls. What am I looking for? Yeah, that one. Vehicle sheet. For them, and a vehicle sheet. For them.
We're silhouette 5, right?
Yes.
Big ship.
All my cool maneuvers.
All right, hang on a second. Let me take a look at space combat real quick. And that's the Lancer book, not the Edge of the Empire book. Wrong space combat.
Check this out as Crack hits the mech button. Transforms into a
I'd be into
giant
that.
robot Corin. I'll form the tentacles.
Please don't.
Shio has
Too
just
late, I
become
said it
Voltron.
in the universe.
Okay. Starship field.
She has
combat.
become Mega Crack.
Oh God. That sounds real bad.
For legal purposes, we should distinguish this man. No, a hyper-addictive substance sweeping the galaxy.
All right. So they are traveling faster than you. So their speed is higher, so they're going to have an easy. Their speed is higher, and they're also smaller than you.
I looked it up. It's on page 237 in the rule book. It says we're fucked.
Oh,
It's really
nice.
specific.
I mean,
Yeah.
considering we've got like disadvantages on maneuverability in this garbage scow. Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what?
wait.
And I actually-
Did you roll with your setback die?
No.
Go ahead.
We're at
And,
what? Handling negative
Handling
one?
is -2.
so you had 2 setback
Minus
dice. So go
2.
ahead and roll again with a setback die.
Maybe
Oh,
even
boy.
worse, gang.
With 1 setback die or 2 setback dice?
2 setback dice.
Setback dice.
Right,
If it's
okay.
handling -2, it's 2 setback dice.
It's even worse.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's not necessarily.
It's the same
It's-
result,
I mean,
really.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's a failure. Just now there's also two disadvantage
Or two
threat.
threat. Neary's Red doesn't seem to be too terribly injured. It seems like just
Okay.
they are currently Z is currently experiencing a sensory overload. Because of the way because the controls were designed for someone to use without sight, all the other sensory input information was sort of cranked up and fine-tuned. And basically, imagine if a bat got if a bat if you took a subwoofer and started blasting Led Zeppelin at full volume into a bat. That's kind of what happened to Red.
Why are you torturing a bat like this? I'm upset. Okay.
I'm not torturing a
I've
bat
been
like
watching a
this.
lot of-
I'm just giving you an idea.
Yes. No. It's very visceral. I like it.
Imagine
Okay.
if you
I'm
got
watching a lot of
tased,
what we do
but
in the
in the
shadows. I
brain.
got a very clear image of that right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're basically just they're going to be non-responsive until the stimuli wears off.
Got it. Then I'm gonna start heading to the bridge as well, because I can hopefully help better than I did last time. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh is probably already up there. He's gonna try and do the diagnostics on the comms as well, if possible.
There
Would
it
that
is.
be?
Okay,
that
firing
be like a
vessel has a
computer's
silhouette
roll?
2 or more. Sorry, I'm firing vessel has a silhouette 2 or more points smaller than the target vessel, so it's 1 difficulty to hit you. Okay.
Oh, I also want to grab. I don't remember. I don't know if we have it in our collective notes. But because I don't have any stim packs in my inventory right now, but I don't know how many we have left from the. I have at least 1.
Did
I don't know if we have more.
anybody keep track of how many stim packs you had on the ship? Because I
I
didn't.
believe we have 15 stim packs currently.
Okay. I'm gonna take 2 more of those, so I have 3. And
Okay,
as I
so-
head up,
Knocking that down to. You said you're taking 3 more of those.
I'm taking
two.
2 more, so I have
2
3.
more of
I had
those.
1
All right.
already.
We've got
Yep.
13 in reserve then. Okay,
Cool.
updated.
If
Yep.
I had written down all of my knowledge of how many stim packs we had, it would have said, we have parentheses, ask Mara, stim packs.
Yeah, but see, at some point, the notes did not get as detailed in that. I have exactly how many credits we have. I don't have stim pack numbers, though. That works. That sounds
Okay.
right. I know we had a lot.
we had a fair few.
Is that how many credits we have total, or how many credits the group as a whole currently has?
Group as a whole. We have 5,000 Imperial credits and 2,500 Huttese.
And I have a separate list of how much gear we have,
All
terms of-
right.
convertible scrap.
I suddenly realized that I did not.
I'm grabbing
give
those stim
these
packs in case
guys
they're needed.
weapons.
They don't need weapons.
I'll just grab the weapons from a different pilot sheet because I believe I added them in somewhere else.
Suddenly, we realize that these small one-man fighters are equipped with turbo lasers.
I don't know what those are, but it
The-
sounds bad.
Big
These
laser
are-
guns.
They don't have weapons. They are clearly pacifist fighters.
Okay. Okay, forward-mounted twin link. Yeah, so it's light lasers, which damage 5, crit 3. Okay, so
They are single-person transports,
They're gonna use what is it? Polyglot
short-range
or whatever.
transports.
all right.
For Mara's edification, turbo lasers are the guns that capital ships use to shoot each other. And
Okay.
planets.
You guys have
All
some
right.
turbo
Okay,
lasers.
and planets. That works.
I think the Shio has some turbo lasers on it.
Do we?
We have quad lasers.
Those are different.
There's 4.
Anyways, so the Shio takes an amount of damage. Actually, hang on. What's the shielding on the Shio right now?
I think 1 everywhere. I haven't had a chance to read it.
4 is 2. Port, starboard, and aft are all 1.
All right, so they're going to be hitting you in the sides. So actually, I need to add a set of both. Back. Roll again.
Yes, we do have a handful of turbo lasers on the Shio as well.
Oh, that looks
so many
bad,
weapons
though.
into
All right.
this thing.
So the Shio takes 5 damage from the FT6 Ricer, which is one of the Imperial fighter ships, and the Auric class tactical starfighter crits you twice. Well, crits once and adds a 10 to it. So
Yeah.
and also deals 5, 6, 7 damage. So subtract the armor from those 2 attacks, so 5 and 7. For how much hull damage?
4 and 6.
All right, and then roll a crit with a plus 10 modifier on it for the ship.
Okay, I got that. I will hand you this character sheet.
All right, so William will
Sounds
handle the character sheet. All right. Losing power to shields. Decrease defense in affected defense zone by 1 until repaired. So it's going to be both. Actually, that one would have been from port. So your port side shields are reduced by 1.
Have no port side shields.
No more port shields.
You can there is an action you can take to shift the 2 for one of the part of the shields from your front over to the port.
Yeah, it's angle deflector shield, and anybody can do it.
Yeah. All right. So who wants to? So Crack's gone with the piloting check. Who wants to go next?
Corsarath will go ahead because he's not on any of the guns. He will angle deflector shields to refresh that port shield.
All right. So you can adjust your defense however you need to.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're putting 1 all.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what Corsarath's doing. Ilyana, you're in a gun turret.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to shoot at a thing?
I'm gonna shoot at a thing.
All right. Let me figure out what your difficulty is going to
Do
be.
either of those shots have breach, by the way?
No.
Then we took 2 damage.
They do not have breach. These are light. These are light cannons.
Because the ship's armor is 5.
Yeah. You didn't take a lot of damage, but it did damage your shields.
We've only had 4 hull trauma already that we hadn't dealt with at any point, so we're up to 6.
That was from when you ran into another fighter earlier.
Yeah.
We have not exactly been in dry dock.
No. Okay. So it is going to be. It's going to be your silhouette is 2 points larger than the target ship, so it's going to be a hard difficulty attack. And they have 1 shield total, so it's going to be 3 difficulty with 1 setback die to shoot at any of the fighters around you.
I'm just gonna roll straight gunnery because I don't have the weapon, all that nonsense.
Aim maneuvers are really good, though.
Yeah, you can aim.
That's true. I will aim, and you know what? 6 is too many.
Oh, look, and even 5. 5
And
all.
aim gives a boost.
You get a boost die, an upgrade on your side, and then 3 difficulty and a setback on the other side. You have really good, physical attributes for shooting.
Yes, I have a dexterity of 4,
Yeah.
which makes me a very good pilot and gunner.
I mean,
Except for I have to roll dice. That's the problem. That is the flaw in this
Jeremy.
plan.
so Ilyana unloads with the twin linked turbo lasers, missing, but still. All right, who would like to go next?
Can we
I
spend those
will-
advantages
I
on
was going to
anything?
spend
If
those
you want.
advantages I'm going to get rid of one of my one strain that I have. I don't know what it's for, but I have it.
Okay.
And
Probably from flipping a light side point last session.
oh, that would be it. That would be it. And I will add to upgrades or boost whatever it is to the next person.
I like that. I like to
Also,
think.
middle finger again.
I like to say that the reason that reduced your strain is because you weren't actually too considered about hitting anything. You were
That
just
is
going pew pew and
100%
firing
true.
the lasers.
Ilyana is in a video game right now.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
just going
boy.
pew 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 pew. All right. who wants-
Don't tell her that there are actual people in those ships, not because she'll be disturbed, but because you'll be disturbed how much she doesn't care.
So who wants to go next to do a thing?
Avazia would also like to use a gun turret.
All right. So you'll use your maneuver. You'll use your maneuver to get into a gun turret because you weren't already in one,
Okay.
and you can fire. So it's going to be difficulty 3 with 1 setback die.
Okay, what am I hitting to fire?
Gunnery.
Gunnery,
Gunnery,
under skills.
William, you have the stats for the turbo link for the turbo lizard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming if
Where? I'm sorry, where
It's
is
towards
gunnery?
the end of the sheet, so it's past the general skills in the second
Okay.
section that is combat skills.
Oh,
third
I
one
see
down.
it. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
All right.
It would make too much sense for, by the way,
Well, you forgot to add a setback die, Avasia.
yes,
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
are the
And-
guns
you forgot to add the two boost die.
And 2 boost die from Liana, yeah.
Ooh.
By the
Are-
way, I appreciate how much it would make too much sense for the combat skills to be in alphabetical order. I understand that lightsaber is the important skill, quote unquote, but yeah,
But it should go between gunnery and melee.
I think the
It
reason it's
should.
up there is because it's the only one with a drop down, and there's probably some sort of coding reason why it needs to be at the top.
I feel like it's because everybody knows that everybody's going to want to play people with lightsabers.
we have 4 gunnery turrets.
No, you've got 2 twin linked gunnery turrets.
Well, no, because we have the port dorsal twin. We have port dorsal and ventral
Oh
twin
yeah,
light
yeah. So
turbo
you've got
lasers.
4. So yeah, you've got 4 twin turbo lasers and the ion cannon that the pilot can use.
Okay, so there's 2 on the right, 2 on the left. So each of those ladders goes both up and down
Yeah,
to a
it's
gunnery
it's
seat.
it's
presumably.
it's like the gunnery pit ladders in the Millennium Falcon,
Yeah, whether you climb up or down into your gunnery seat. Yeah.
and where when you're in it, you can look through the tunnel and see the other person in a really confusing camera angle.
Yeah.
2 successes. So
All right.
how much damage is that?
The damage on the light turbo lasers is 9 with a crit of 3, and they are breach 2, linked 1, slow firing 1.
So that's going to be 10 damage.
10 damage, breach 2.
Slow firing 1 means you can only fire. You got fire 1 round, rest 1 round, fire 1 round, rest 1 round. That's gonna blow the fuck up a ship. Breach,
Turbo
bre-
lasers
bre-
hurt.
breach. How much?
Breach 2.
Actually, so it won't. It'll do 9 damage as opposed to the full 10.
They have 3 armor.
She's just you clip the wing of an Imperial starfighter and it goes spiraling off into space.
Awesome.
Oh, good. The literal worst shot of the first film.
Yeah. You can see the wire holding it as it goes.
No, I'm talking about the inside, the inside the camera shot of Vader.
Yeah.
The worst fucking shot
I
of that entire movie.
I was saying you're seeing it from the exterior, which is the
Vader, do a barrel roll.
Also, the ricers aren't ricer. the FT6 Ricers don't have the big solar panel design. They're more like what would eventually evolve into the Jedi Starfighters.
Mhm.
If you remember those from
The wedge shape.
Yeah, that's sort of
mhm.
like arrowhead shape.
Hey,
Alright.
Josh would like to take the next initiative slot to do
Go ahead.
whatever is necessary to help us get the fuck out of here.
All right, you head back up into the pilot area.
He was already in the bridge.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Could
Is
So-
there any?
I would-
Has the astrogation
Hang on,
computer finished?
hang on, Mara.
It's Josh's turn.
yeah, I know.
Has the astrogation computer finished its
Yes.
calculations yet? Okay,
Yeah.
right. In that case, so we have our coordinates. We literally just need to jump.
You need to.
We need to clear so
you
we
need-
don't jump through
Yeah,
starships.
you need to clear the area and then jump.
Okay.
You also have to get
Otherwise, it will get ugly.
for both ships.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember the scene from episode 8 was a suicide attack.
Indeed. Yes. Yes, it was.
Also, we aren't that massive compared to the ships that are in our way.
I mean, you'll punch a
No,
hole
it's-
in one of them, but it won't be a big hole, and you'll still be dead.
Yeah, which we're definitely trying to avoid, I would say. Unless we just want to call this game at episode 21, in which case, you know. Let me see.
just yell blackjack.
Okay. Where's that list of piloting?
I would like to use some of that ability I was going to buy but didn't for illusions to make it look like there's a clear way for us to warp through. No.
Also,
So-
you got the names backwards, by the way, John.
What?
The Aurek is the one that looks like a Jedi starfighter. The Ricer is the one that looks like the Imperial dropship, but with guns.
Right. It looks like it still looks like a wedge. It's just a vertical wedge as opposed to a
Yeah.
horizontal wedge.
Okay. Has the ship suffered any strain?
William.
No, there's no system strain.
No system strain? Okay. All right.
Just hull
next-
trauma.
Just hull trauma. Fantastic.
So things you can do if you're not the pilot, which you're currently not the pilot.
Right.
You can.
No, I was looking at damage control, and I think the only other thing that's
Damage
really
control.
available, because angle deflector shields has already been done, is shoot a gun. So fuck it. He's terrible at these, but he will jump in
You could also hop in the co-pilot seat and assist Crack on his next piloting check.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we'll do that.
All right, you hop in the co-pilot seat and assist Crack.
Mhm. Sounds good.
Hello.
From the co-pilot seat, you can either assist
Let's get out of here.
or fire that ion cannon if you feel like it.
All right, Mara.
I was just going to try and assist with piloting as well. I'm looking for any sort of path through this that looks like it's going to be the safest, getting us toward the edge of the battlefield, something like that.
Give me an astrogation check.
Okay, and I was going to use flow, so hopefully if I get enough successes, I can help the rest of the group with this
This will be
too.
difficulty 2.
Okay. So
Are you doing astrogation in the cockpit area, Mara?
yeah.
The Crabots will help you if you'll let them.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely. So with flow, I roll a flow power check as part of that, so I can
You get a boost die
hopefully-
from the Crabots.
Yep.
Okay, so I get a boost
Or you
die.
can use their stat if it's higher. They have 3.
What?
Their skill is 3.
Okay,
So if that's higher than yours, you can use their skill.
it
and you-
is.
So rather than a boost die, you would upgrade the difference.
Okay. So I have a skill of 2 there, so it'd be an
One
upgrade of
upgrade.
1.
But yeah, so we upgrade to 1.
Okay.
Counted
Upgrade
from the
1.
gun section, by the way, is can't leave yet. I don't have high score.
All right, and I've got a force die in there. Hopefully, I can get some points. So I got a success.
It's not a roguelike. Let's get going.
Sorry.
Specifically, it's not a roguelike because it's on Iron Man mode.
It's not a roguelike.
And
I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like they're saying rogue something, so let's blow them up. Close enough.
okay, I think this would only affect me, but
Thank you, William.
I'm not gonna use the force die.
Okay.
Because I don't think it would help anything. It would
So,
just affect me. And
One success.
nothing.
We'll say we'll give Crack an upgrade to his next roll.
Cool. That's me.
All right. So Crack, you want to try to fly out again?
I would like to very much.
All right. So you're gonna get a boost die from Jash and an upgrade from Nereus.
Whoop.
Excellent. Still difficulty 3.
No difficulty 3.
Still 2 setback
We
dice.
have
Still
light
two
side
setback
dice. We have light side points.
Yeah.
Use them.
Yeah.
Use it. Yeah.
You know what? I want to have some
Use-
fun too. I'm gonna flip
Use
a,
the force.
I'm gonna
Crack.
I'm gonna flip a dark side so that you have to upgrade your difficulty too.
Excellent. I support this.
So you get 2
Hell yeah.
upgrades on your side, 1 upgrade on the other side.
All right.
And a boost die.
Oh! Ah, damn!
Did those cancel or no?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Okay.
Join us next week for Changeling.
I mean,
Hey, it's been a fun
Nereus
campaign.
might survive. Nereus doesn't
For
need
our
to breathe
viewers, for
air.
our viewers at home, that is 3 failures, 1 advantage, a triumph, and a despair.
It's a great roll.
Oh, for
So I'm gonna say the triumph means that you get clear of the fighting.
Yay!
However,
We
Oh.
plow into a Star Destroyer
no,
that was cloaked on the outside.
no, the despair means that you get strafed by one of the capital ship's cannons.
Cool.
Oh dear.
This is gonna
Now
suck.
you are smaller than the capital ships, so it is
Uh-huh.
harder for them to hit you. Let me pull up.
We happen to
Our,
be
shield,
flying.
our shielding
Can
is
we-
universally one.
Can
We happen to be
upgrade?
flying by a small, something that looks like a small moon that just turns its attention entirely towards us and charges.
We have a triumph to spend. Can we use that
I'm-
to upgrade
I'm-
the difficulty?
Because you failed the check, I'm spending that triumph to say you get
Okay.
to the end. You actually get out of the fight so that you can jump after
Okay.
this action.
After this action.
Yeah.
That's fair.
If we're functional. You watch. It's going to crit, and it's going to take out our hyperdrive. You watch.
Fuck yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Don't say that, Craig.
We support this.
That's not me being meta. That's not me saying that in character. That's
I know,
me
I know.
as a player legitimately having a bad feeling about this.
All right.
I'm saying that's when you don't vocalize it. Evil eye.
So.
Hold on. Let me really ruin this. What else could go wrong?
Ugh.
Why do you?
I'm sh-
Because I like poking bears.
Yeah.
Call back.
I was gonna say, with a cam shovel?
Yes.
No, she's got
Or
a
a
slingshot
cowbell.
now. It's okay.
I mean, that might piss a bear off, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the animal.
All right. So this ship is Silhouette
It'll piss
7.
a bear off either way.
So this ship is Silhouette 7, which means it is 2 silhouettes higher than you.
Okay.
So they
It's at a
have
hard difficulty.
they have a 3 difficulty. You've got 1 shield, so that's 1 setback die. This person their pilot has an ability. Quick.
Die.
Pilot abilities. Oh, their gunner, I should say. Can roll Like they get to use. Okay, they're going to use their enhanced power for this, so they'll get to roll a force die with it.
Oh, good.
I mean, it is a.
Of course, there are force.
It
Yeah.
is a Sith capital ship that's firing at you. So
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
add one of those, 3 of those. They can add one of those, and I'm going to upgrade Jack because that's fun for me.
Okay.
Now, if you guys want to spend a light side, you can upgrade there. You can.
Nah, we
upgrade the
shouldn't.
difficulty.
Nah, no.
We might need those later.
Yeah, if we, live.
Any of you can do it.
Nope.
Nope.
You don't have to
I
listen
mean,
to
if
Jack
somebody
and
really
Jeremy.
wants to, yeah.
I will do that.
Damn it, we're supposed to save those like you do Phoenix Downs when you're on your last character who can't actually use them.
Or health
Here's
potions.
here's a fun fact. These don't stock like Phoenix Downs do. You can't have 99 of these because they go away every session.
We have never been guilty of that in this campaign.
They missed.
Hey!
All right. So
That's disappointing.
you're sitting in the cockpit, Crack, and
They missed because of the double failure from that upgraded difficulty.
It did.
Because they only had one fail.
so Crack,
Oh.
you're sitting in the cockpit as you clear this field, and there is just a red beam of molten energy that lances across inches away from the nose of the ship.
Punch it, punch it, punch it.
Craig just kind of goes, "Ah," and then will continue on the current trajectory out of the battle.
You look off to the right, and there's now a crater and a moon that you're passing by.
Do we have the coordinates?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are we clear?
Punch it.
Punch it.
And you are once again in hyperspace, having evaded very closely a weapon. I'm just going to read out the stats on this weapon for you real quick.
Space lava gun. Here we go.
So, damage 10, crit 3, breach 3. Just
Ow. Not a fan. Can I get a portable one of those?
This ship had 15 of them.
So
Capital
you're
ships,
saying they
man.
can spare one?
Right.
I mean, if you want to get on board.
Oh boy.
I think we should do that.
We're already in hyperspace. Thank you. No U-turns in
listen to-
hyperspace.
They'll listen to reason.
No U-turns in hyperspace.
Sith
Well,
are
I
noted
think
for their
we'll need to know
reasonability.
And willingness to negotiate.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, the last Sith we encountered was willing to negotiate.
Well, asterisk. On the
Well,
last.
Didn't like the terms.
Technically, you the last Sith you met was the one that lived. So
I would point out that any order or command or suggestion in the midst of combat is a negotiation. Surrender or die is a negotiation.
yeah.
Back under his breath, just goes. None of that technically counts as crashing. So.
Are you trying to justify?
They were shooting at us. I didn't hit anything. But we do have some repairs. We have hull trauma, but no system strain,
Yep.
right?
We have a whole trauma of 6.
Any of that can be repaired from the inside, John, or do we have to wait for dry?
You'll have to wait for dry dock, or at least until you've landed.
I miss my mechanic talents from Edge of the Empire.
For this one, because they're so minor, you haven't yet reached the threshold where the damage is on the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get in a suit and go out, you can.
In hyperspace.
Hyperspace.
Crack was never seen again.
Make sure your mag boots are working.
Nobody encourages him. We all know how hard it is to talk him into things.
So long as nothing catastrophically wrong happens with your mag boots, you'll be fine. Technically, it's the hyperspace wall that kills you.
There are also, things that live in hyperspace.
Nah.
Old legend.
Only giant whales.
And the fucking thing from beyond the stars. Because that hypergate goes into hyperspace, by the way.
Yeah, well, Anyways.
2 words. Event Horizon.
I've never seen the movie.
You should not see
I
the
definitely
movie.
should not see the movie.
You specifically. Anybody
Yeah.
who likes horror should see the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jeremy, you and I need to talk off stream.
Okay. Ileana will come down. Are we good now? Is Crack done breaking the ship?
It is.
Yes.
Okay. And she wanders off to her room so she can do the thing that she was going to do when we're on the planet, and she couldn't.
Crack is looking a little shell shocked. Is Korsaroth still in the cockpit?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Crack turns to Korsaroth and said, "I think I handled that correctly."
You did.
Congratulations.
You did good, Crack.
Okay. Crack will start sort of going over the nav computer calculations because he didn't make them himself, just to make sure that he knows what's going on.
The nav computer currently has you on a course for Alderaan. It's going to take... Again, where is Alderaan? Because you're actually going into the core worlds for this.
Uh-huh.
Reese, will Red recover?
Yes, I think she will. Just time. There's a lot of input very suddenly.
Yeah, so it'll take about... It's going to take about a week to get to Alderaan from where you're at via the hyperspace lanes. You're going to have to... according to the Navi computer, you're going to have to drop out of hyperspace in order to change lanes twice before you get there.
Okay. Can we get any information ahead of time on where we'll be dropping out?
Yeah, no, you're in a hyperspace lane now, so you know where you're going to be. You can't know what's going to be happening there.
You wanna bet?
Yes, as the person that gives you your visions.
Liana's like, step to me. Come on. I dare you.
Go ahead and make your roll, Yana.
Yep. That is a clear all that shit out. Add 2 of those. Click that roll. Really? Really?
Would you like?
Fine.
Would you like to flip a light side? Take 2
I
strain and
did,
take 2 conflict.
Yes. That's good. No, strain is good for me. Strain is real good for me right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not wanting to lose the character, right?
I need to get more strain. I need to get lots.
You
of
mean you need
not
more
strain,
conflict? Yeah.
Conflict. Yes.
Yep.
Strain is bad.
Yeah, lots of
Well,
conflict.
strain is what it is. So yes, and I will. How long are we going to be in travel for?
A week.
So a day out.
You get a vision of yourself picking your nose.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when are those drops? Because the total time to Alderaan is a week. When are those drops?
The next, the as far as the Astro computer is concerned, the next dropout that you're gonna have to need to make is in 3 days.
Okay.
And then after
So
that,
a day out from that.
and then 2 days after that is another one.
Okay. Yeah, day from that. I will, since we're only going to be there assumedly for a short time.
Very short. Yeah.
Next, I only spend or use the one for the 1 day, and then the other one for, I think it's 2 details now because my strengthens 2 on my foreseen-ish thingy. Let me make sure that's accurate. Foresee. Yes.
You foresee whatever your own immediate plans to do in the next day are, and no sense of conflict from the jump.
Okay. So I push the button, the con button. We're gonna be fine next jump. Yeah.
You get, vision of you eating a sandwich. Vision of you tormenting someone, whatever your plans are.
Starting my slow methodical plan of becoming the serial killer, stalking everybody else on the ship. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So you get back. Thanks, Ilyana. Want to hang out?
No.
Okay.
So,
Korsarath, as the field commander of the crew, I feel I should at least offer, if you...
It's the first time someone's called me that. All right.
Unless I misinterpreted, is...
No, go continue.
Anyway, I feel I should at least make the offer of, do you need to test my capabilities at all? I understand they do some sparring in the cargo bay.
Certainly, why not? Let's kill some time.
Very well. And the helmet goes back on.
Of course, Raph will head down to the hangar.
All right.
Vazi is going to watch.
So,
would you like to join?
Is that directed to Avazia?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some of what I can do is best alongside another person.
Would you like the both of you against me, or the two of us against you?
What Jash was basically saying is he works best. Some of what he can do is best if he has an ally,
all right,
or something like that. Yeah.
So the two of you against me, then. I suspect I'll be losing this fight.
You don't know that.
I mean, you can make
Avazia grins.
You can make it the two of you against Avazia. There's no rule against that.
Yeah, no, she's totally fine with that.
Korsarath is looking to get a read on Jash, so he would rather be able to observe him rather than have to focus on Avazia.
Well, you guys know the rules. Josh, what's your lightsaber look like?
It's pretty much there are barely any joints or seams or anything. It almost looks like a single piece black cylinder, with just the slightest flare towards the pommel, and a single button is pretty much the only break in the exterior casing. The button is exactly the same color as the casing. It literally looks just like somebody extruded a black chunk of something. And yeah.
Does it have any sort of emitter guard or no?
No.
No emitter guard. The most dangerous kind of lightsaber.
Yeah. I mean, it's very simple and streamlined and minimalist is what it is, pretty much.
All right. The three of you ignite sabers. What does your blade look like?
It is a deep purple.
Right. And you've done some modifications to yours, haven't you? Are they on your character sheet?
They're yeah. It's been heavily modified. It's been heavily modified
because that might affect how the blade looks actually. You attachments. You don't have your attachments on it.
Oh yeah, no.
You should put those in.
Okay.
I believe I've opened up the attachment file for you so you can see it.
Oh hey, I never saw that.
Yeah, there's a
before.
little.
Look at that.
For people that don't know, there's a little check mark box in the lower left-hand side of all your weapons that you can click to fold out a list of things where you can put all your attachments. So all the any upgrades or modifications you've done to your lightsabers or anything you've added into them, you can put them there so you can keep track of them, and also makes it easy for me to look at your lightsaber and tell what you've done to it. So I can give accurate descriptions of things. Anyways, so yeah, Josh ignites this purple lightsaber. Avasia and Corsorath's red lightsabers ignite. Corsorath's lightsaber looking significantly different now than it did previously, as we've already gone over.
His is orange as well.
Yeah, yours is orange. Avasia's is red.
Although he does also ignite the Gauntlet Shoto, which is red.
Yeah.
Because he's going to need both of these for fighting two people.
So go ahead and give me your various lightsaber attacks. Difficulty 2, modified by your melee defenses, whatever those are.
My melee defense is 3.
So what would your melee defense be, Josh?
Josh's melee defense is I actually don't think he has one currently.
Do you have anything from like your armor that you're wearing? If you're wearing the laminate armor, you should have melee defense.
Should I?
Yeah.
It didn't say it had any.
Oh no, that's right. It has soak, not defense. That's right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's got it modded for soak, but let me see. So he doesn't have any to start with, but his first action is going to. Oh wait, I'm trying to think if I've got. Sorry, I'm looking at a couple of my skills here under combat to see what I've. But he's going to activate bodyguard.
Okay.
During the first round. So he'll take a strain, and any attacks that go against Avasia will be upgraded once.
All right. Are you attacking Josh or Avasia first, Corsorath?
Probably Josh. Actually, no. It would be Avasia.
Okay. What's your melee defense of Avasia?
1.
All right. So Williams will be difficulty 2 with 1 setback. Josh and Avasia, yours, and you'll be upgraded once. Corsorath. Difficulty wise, not your attack. Your difficulty will be upgraded. Josh and Avasia, you both will have difficulty 2 with 3 setback die, but no upgrades.
Okay.
I'm fighting.
Does that difficulty does that melee defense adjust for fighting multiple people?
No, it's my lack of boost die that adjusts for fighting multiple people.
Got it. Yeah. And you guys can make your rolls.
I do get 1 boost die. Does 1 be the code for boost die?
Yes.
Okay, so I get 1 boost die because I'll be leading with the gauntlet.
The codes for all the dice are 1 and the color of the dice.
Okay.
So it's like the first letter of the color of the dice. So 1, actually no, black is different because it's. I think it's BL. I think it's BL.
Is it BL or 1D for or no 1S for setback?
No, it's either 1BL or 1D. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a thing somewhere that I can look at.
Either way, difficulty 2, 1 setback. Hopefully, this should include my boost die. No, it didn't. Okay, so I need to do that again. Oh no, it did. Never mind. Included it. Good. I got a pile of advantages.
All right. And so it's difficulty 2 with 3 setback?
Yes.
Boom.
All right. So the first thing you notice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
Okay. No, for those triumphs, basically, I want to make it clear that one of his weapons could have been destroyed without actually doing.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, Wrath. Almost instantly, you get the sense that Jash has been trained very thoroughly in the use of his lightsaber. There's a sense of a sort of a defensive quality to him that puts him sort of guarding Avasia's any sort of weakness of Avasia's that you have that Avasia has that you try to exploit. Jash is there with a lightsaber in hand, ready to parry. And even though you are pressing Avasia particularly well, you can never really score any points on her because Jash is there with the defense. And several times throughout this sparring session, as Jash comes in with the defense, he stops just short of slicing your emitter off. And with the Shoto, with the Shoto, potentially your hand too.
Which he was expecting not to be successful because he's a duelist fighting two people at once.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, you get a sense that Jash can definitely hold his own, both on one-on-one and in group fights.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably the other thing that you would pick up on is that his defense is primarily skill-based. He doesn't have any particular equipment that's adding to it. Any sort of attack that is going to make connection is going to have to rely on his skill to avoid, rather than any sort of modification or things like that would help.
There's a lot of attack one person, suddenly have to duck because someone else's lightsaber is coming at his head.
Basically. Like, you're not doing bad, and if Josh wasn't there, you'd be winning. But you can very much tell that Josh's defense is keeping you from getting anywhere.
Mhm.
And is helping Avasia win, basically. Avasia, you barely even notice Josh is there. His defense is just good enough he's not in your way ever at all as you're fighting. And eventually,
And then after a while, Jash will offer to try one-on-one.
Yes,
As
as Corserath like brings both lightsabers up to stop Avasia's and Jash's and like holds it there. Okay, I am very sorely pressed right here. I would like to get a test. I would like to get a test of you solo, Jash, if we can.
Of course, absolutely.
Break off.
Vazia will go sit on the sideline.
Turn the gauntlet Shoto off. Focus on the one lightsaber.
Right. So another lightsaber roll. Same rolls. Well, I mean, modified as they are, William, for you, but.
Do you have any defense?
No.
No.
All right. So no setback for me.
Oh, that was.
I had that upgrade still. Fuck.
Yeah, that would be gone. No, and I rolled the wrong thing. I assume it's the same dice pool.
Yeah,
Three just doesn't have any.
3 setback, 2 difficulty. You rolled it right.
Yep. Okay.
Let me re-roll that lightsaber attack.
William didn't.
Oh, yeah.
William didn't, because William saw an upgrade on his tail end. All right, so
There we go.
You're much more
Either of
evenly
those
matched.
rolls.
You're much more evenly matched in this one. You're able to press the advantage a little bit more, Corserath, because you don't have Avasia. You're not also dealing with Avasia, but one-on-one with Jash, he's still very effective. You're finding.
Yep. And if that's symbolizing an individual attack, Jash is using he is parrying frequently. Anything that would make contact, you get the idea that he would be mitigating injuries.
Can I get a read for how effective his parry is?
With those advantages, I'll say yes. What's your parry rank? What are your ranks in parry, Jash?
4.
He's almost as good at parrying as I am.
Almost.
He can do other things, though, like guard other people specifically.
I mean, I also have bodyguard. I just haven't been saying that.
Yeah, but bodyguard is fun.
But yeah, no, you're getting a sense that Josh is very good.
Here's the question: can you stack a bodyguard from 2 different characters guarding the same character?
Yes.
Yes, you can have 2 bodyguards guard one person. You can even have 2 bodyguards guard each other.
Yeah, you do that too.
Okay, that's fun.
I like to imagine that when you have like 2 bodyguards guarding each other, it's like the battle couple moment when they're fighting back to back and just constantly
Right?
deflecting
Yeah,
for each other.
look at any moment in the series where look at episode 7 where or is it 7 or 8 where they're fighting in the throne room. I think it's 7.
7 is when
it's
Kylo and Kylo.
Rey.
In the it's that where the 2 of them are fighting in the throne room against a bunch of other people. That would be 2 people with bodyguard on each other.
Yep.
So, but yeah. Is there anything else or with this scene?
Yeah, so,
Nope, I think we're good there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That covers it. And Corsorath, after the final clashes, Corsorath has the sabers locked. Oh, excellent. You defend yourself impressively.
You don't suck.
Thank you. Thank
I'll
you.
see it from the side.
You don't suck.
I'll take it.
Are there any other significant events that anyone wants to go over the course of this next week?
I just need to make my roll again.
Yeah. So make your mechanics roll for building your new lightsaber.
Okay. I forgot to put in my force power last time, so I'm doing that this time. Okay.
You successfully finished building your lightsaber.
They're linked now.
Hell yeah.
Or your
Nice.
paired. That's right. Your paired thing.
Yeah,
That's what it
I took the paired thing out of Fly Casual.
Yeah. So you successfully finished building the paired weapon. You pair your regular lightsaber. What was the other one? It was a guard shoto.
Yes. The first one is
Just your basic lightsaber.
and the other one is the guard shoto, like
Yeah.
a stick.
like your mentor, but only one rather than 2. But yes, your 2 weapon. You have finished building the paired modification, and now you put it in. Just takes 10 minutes. You apply it. Your weapons are now paired. All right. So after a week of nothing, apparently, as the group of you sort of chill and relax.
Yeah, Neri's is very tentatively trying to, I guess, just because I don't have the rock anymore, but just lifting small objects, probably like bits of my medical kit, honestly, with move and just testing that because it's been a little while. So they're practicing.
Testing out move easily enough.
Yep.
Any other scenes that anyone wants to have?
Does Nerys make that public at all, or is that entirely private?
Semi-public. They're trying to not do it when people are around because they're afraid of if I lose control and it like flies off and I stick a scalpel in you accidentally or something like that. But so like there'll be clattering sounds when you come by, and I'm like, "Hello." Just standing there with stuff on the ground.
What happened?
I was practicing something. It is fine.
I like to practice things. Do you want to practice together?
Wow, that was creepy.
Right?
Speak back so hard, you guys.
I like to practice things.
He's not good at it, okay? He's trying.
I mean, we've noticed.
No, thank you.
That is the
Okay.
that is the appropriate response if someone says, "I like to practice things to you."
I'll stick my head out and wait and make sure Crack is gone before resuming.
He's gone.
Okay. Resume. Yep.
All right. After a while, Red woke up a few hours after the initial incident and resumed piloting duties. It was just that it took a little while for that to recover.
Yep.
and a week passes. You all drop out of you drop out of hyperspace into the space around Alderaan. Alderaan being this large, fairly Earth-like planet with, especially this from the exterior view, it's this big ball of blue and green and white. Where you can see continents and land masses and bodies of water situated at roughly the same distance from their star. I believe Alderaan's in a single star system as well, so it's just the one sun. I might be wrong on that, but I think it's just one star.
People will almost certainly yell at you if you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
One sun and one less planet.
No, that's that's my approach, John.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
let me know, so there's no point in working on it now anymore.
Well, also, not one less planet yet.
You are talking to somebody whose character does not perceive time as a normal thing.
Yeah, but that's over 3,000
ways out
years in the
now.
future.
Long
You're not
time, yeah.
seeing that.
It could be yesterday.
You don't see that far ahead. You're not
She
that
might just be
strong yet.
making shit up.
Yeah, that's it. Right
No,
there.
no. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's bullshit.
Yep.
Not maybe. Man, and the big thing that strikes you is that there are no space stations around Alderaan. Which is weird because most populated planets have a space station. In fact, Alderaan is supposed to have a space station. You're not certain where it's at. As you approach,
That seems odd.
Yes.
Does
That's a little strange.
Sorry, what's strange?
There's supposed to be a space
Yeah.
station here, but there's no evidence of it. I'm going to try to do a deep scan.
give me a computer check, difficulty 2.
Sorry, I have so much garbage in here.
And anyone who wants to can make a core worlds knowledge roll.
Okay.
Difficulty on that?
Difficulty 2. So, Crack, in your scan, you find the space station. It's been grounded. It's currently in one of the oceans of Alderaan.
Oh, never mind. I found it. It's fine. It's in the ocean.
I mean,
That's not fine.
intentionally grounded, I assume? Not like it...
It looks like it's been intentionally put there rather than
Okay,
crashed.
all right. It didn't... Right, yeah, because...
It's shot down. Yeah.
No, it's in the ocean.
Well, let's be clear. There are two different ways to intentionally ground something.
Right, one of them is shooting it down.
Yes. Shooting down is not the same thing as crash.
It has been placed
Controlled
there,
crash.
not shot
you.
there.
There you go.
This is the one thing that Crack and Ilyana agree on.
So, Jash and Neres, you both know that traditionally the purpose for space stations in a core world is to monitor traffic incoming and outgoing, and they serve basically as like your traffic control system. At Jash, the reason that you would have a grounded space station is there are two. One, repairs, potentially, though most repairs would be done in space, so that seems weird. Two, if you've locked down your planet and don't want anybody coming into it. Because basically, if there's no traffic control, then your turrets are going to... Then that means there's no way for you to legally enter the planet, which means that you're going to get shot down on sight if you try to land at a spaceport.
Do we have a frequency for contacting the Archon on this planet?
Nope.
What was his name?
Roland Pantier.
Roland Pantier.
Okay.
Josh will definitely inform everybody about the, potentially imminent getting shot at thing if we just try and ground this vessel.
All right, then we should make contact if there are any open comm channels that we can reach.
Are there?
Isn't there a civil war going on?
Yes.
Yes. So
most
we're
common
going.
chan-
So we're going to try and get into contact with House Pantier specifically.
Right. Which parts of the planet are under their control? What's their territory? Do we know?
Does anyone know?
Currently, none, because they were deposed.
Yeah.
Well, but generally, when there's a civil war going on, both sides have some
Yeah.
level of territorial control.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not really a.
You know where you know where the Republic are, and you know where the Empire are. You have no idea where House Pantier might be.
Okay.
Because
open
they were
com-
deposed.
What open comm channels are there, and what signatures do they have?
You have. I mean, there are several different open comm channels you can find. There's the standard like global space. Hey, I'm coming through and need to chat, kind of like trucker, like trucker line. That would be the thing you would normally use to get in contact with the space station for landing coordinates.
Shortwave space radio.
Anyone who wants to can give me another can give me a warfare check, difficulty 3.
I can try.
Nope.
Hold on.
I can succeed somehow.
Hey, well done.
I cannot.
So Corserath, you happen to recall a give me a lore check too, difficulty 1 by the way.
Okay.
Corserath specifically. With the warfare check, you recall an imperial sort of broadcast.
No.
How on a
I roll 2
1.
advantages and 2 failures. I don't roll any successes. That's how.
You happen to recall an old imperial.
I should have fucking spent a light. Oh.
You do recall an old imperial like open frequency channel that you could get on. So you could probably contact the imperial forces on this planet.
If we need to try and find somebody,
I remember that Alderaan was something relevant to my mother, though, so
Hang
that's a
on.
bad idea.
Hang on, Jeremy was talking.
Sorry.
If we need to try and find something, I can probably find it.
That might also be useful.
You just have to tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, let's figure out what we know before we need to figure out what we need to find out.
So, things that you know as a group. You know there's currently a civil war. You know that the space station has been beached, basically, as a matter of locking the planet down from external interference. You know that the Empire and the Republic both have interests here, specifically with House Ulgo and House Thrask, I think, are the two houses that the Empire is currently influencing, and House Organa on the Republic side. You know that House Pantier has been deposed and basically driven out of their ruling status by House Ulgo. And you know that Roland Pantier, the Archon, is somewhere on the planet trying to end the Civil War in a manner that benefits the planet of Alderaan more than either side in the galactic war.
I believe it was House Alda was the one helping the Republic.
No, it's House Organa helping
Oh yeah.
helping the Republic. House Alda is also like doing things, but Organa is their principal.
Ileana, can you find the Archon? I like to think that Ileana is actively snacking at the moment.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Ileana is Brad Pitting at the moment.
Right. Mhm.
Tell me enough about him.
Have any of us
go find the Archon?
Have any of us ever interacted in any respect with Archon Roland Pantier?
No.
Can I
Do we
spend a
have
light side
lots
point?
of-
And Jash has.
Sure, if you want to flip a light side point.
Done.
Right. So, Josh, yes, you have met Roland Pantier. Archon Pantier is a fairly tall human, as most Alderaanians are. Has dark brown hair that's shaved on the sides, tied into and shaved on the sides, left long on the top, and tied into a ponytail that hangs down past his shoulders. Has a fairly unique sense of dress in that he typically wears a sort of a ceremonial Alderaanian knight's outfit, basically almost all the time. It seems to be very important to him. It seems that, from what you gather, before he joined the Twilight Order, he was a knight of House Pantier. Not a Jedi knight, but just an actual warrior for the house.
Right.
And you know that he uses what most people refer to as a light javelin. It's basically a lightsaber pike, like the actual pike ones, rather than the for whatever reason they also call some of the two double-bladed lightsabers lightsaber pikes. It's basically a lightsaber pike, but with two blades, one at either end.
Okay.
And he uses it as both a staff and a pike. You also know he's an accomplished pilot with his own fighter ship.
Okay. So Josh will transfer that description to the rest of the group at large, so that hopefully that gives Ilyana something to focus in on.
Question. Do you know his favorite color?
What color is his lightsaber blade?
A pale blue.
Possibly blue?
Blue. My favorite color is blue. No, yellow!
It's the little pointless details that help the most. But I can try. I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Seek.
Yup.
Right, yeah. The Republic and Empire sides of this quest were House Thule and House Organa.
Thule, that was it.
Yeah.
So you keep saying Thrask, and I
Right.
immediately go.
Yep.
Alderaan, yeah.
Where's their dragon mark? Where's their dragon mark?
Right.
I keep saying Thrask because one of the Ulgo's name is Trask.
Trask Ulgo, yeah.
Trask Ulgo.
Well, good thing we have light side points still. Oh look, we have one less. That's 2, and I need 2.
All right. To get into the general location or direction of a person or object that they know about, regardless of current distance. So yeah, you get a sense of directionality for Roland Pantier. You get a sense towards some of the northern mountain ranges on the planet.
Okay. I point at the spot on the map. That general vicinity.
They used to have
Crack,
the.
would it be possible to type beam a transmission to that area so it would only be picked up by people in the local region?
Is that something that's possible with our ship's equipment?
Not with your ship's equipment, no. You don't have an advanced enough comm system for that.
Yes. Not with what we have, but it would be possible.
Well.
This ship just has a basic comm system. It doesn't have any upgrades to it.
We have
Eileen,
external speakers.
Hmm?
We could fly to there, turn on the external speakers, and fly back and forth over the area.
While being shot at.
That
Yes.
doesn't sound like a great move.
Corserath looks over to Nerees. Nerees, how many stim packs and medical supplies are on the ship at the moment?
That's concerning question.
I have my medical supplies.
Does
We have
does Neri's facepalm?
yes. I have my medical supplies. We have 13, 16 stim packs that I know of. That is not enough to go into a firefight against 2 war
No, that
infections.
wasn't my question.
Okay.
That wasn't the purpose of my question.
What is the point then?
We are members of the Horizon Relief Organization.
Yes.
We just need an excuse to be providing relief to get on planet. I was asking if we had enough medical supplies to reasonably be saying we're providing medical relief, but we don't.
We do have
We've got
We could conceivably be a mobile care center.
Yes.
Reminder: the planet is locked down.
right.
They will not want us to
Yes.
attend the locking down.
We need names and contacts or reason to get down there, or we need to have a way to slip past their sensors, and I don't think this clunker can do that.
We just need to fly over, slow down slow enough so that everybody can jump out and roll as they hit the ground. And then it can fly away before getting shot down.
Absolutely.
You are saying this facetiously, but I was thinking this is not a good idea. But if we were injured enough to require landing immediately, there is a war going on out there, or the beginnings of something.
I wasn't being facetious, actually.
Well then,
The ship would be
I
shot
cannot-
down before we got anywhere near ground level.
Is there anywhere on the
Not if we
planet, period, where we could get close to the ground?
Give me
It's a big planet.
anyone who want. I mean, you'd have to get closer to get into sensor range, but theoretically, there aren't turbo lasers everywhere on the planet.
Yeah.
Like you could find a place where you could get down without being shot down. It's just a matter of skill of pilot and ability of sensors to monitor incoming traffic. Like you'll probably get noticed breaking atmo because they're planetary sensors, but so long as you don't fly too close to a turbo laser, you won't get shot down immediately.
What was
You'll be
Nerys?
shot down 5 minutes later.
or we could try and talk our way down
Yeah,
to the
that's-
planet.
Yeah, that's the thing. Can I spend a light side to think of any particular legitimate reason to be let onto the planet?
Sure.
Sure. Let's use our light sides.
Don't try to be John Woo Icarus and fly too close to the gun.
If you damaged ships that have been irreparably damaged to the point where they need to dock, and can't, like, they won't be able to limp to a new step to another star system. Typically, core worlds have an agreement in place where they will provide berth, regardless of current planet-wide circumstances, to a ship that will not make it to another planet. So if you fuck up your ship some more...
Crack, this is going to sound horrible to you.
Okay, but before I get outraged, I have out of character. I just have to say to Jeremy, chef's kiss on that joke.
Thank
right.
you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, John Woo Icarus is great.
Sorry, please.
Myth puns are best puns.
So, Crack, this is going to sound horrible to you.
Oh, I'm sure nothing you could say would be outrageous, Gorsrath.
You shouldn't say that.
Oh, no, it'll be fine.
How much damage can we fake or bring onto this ship to get it as close as possible to crash landing?
Get the fuck out of my cockpit.
That's exactly what I thought. Because as far as core world doctrine goes, ships that cannot make it out of system are required to be given berth for repairs.
Kozrath, I assume that there's a part of the hyperdrive that you could just pull out that will make it cease functioning, at least until it's
everyone out.
replaced.
Everyone back to quarters.
Do you have a better plan?
Crack,
I'm
you
the-
are not in charge of this ship,
I'm,
Crack.
I'm the captain.
No,
No,
you
you're
are not.
I'm the captain's chair.
No.
No, you are currently
that
sitting in
title.
the co-pilot chair.
Red,
No, I'm sitting in the captain's chair.
red, which is not the pilot's chair. Red from the cockpit also sort of, as much as I hate to suggest it, because this is a really nice ship,
No.
we could slingshot around the moon, scraping it enough to deal significant damage to the hull and setting us on a trajectory that would crash us into the planet, which would make it look like we are out of control enough that we would be given some coordinate to point our nose. That'll at
Think
least get us
about
on the
it.
ground.
Think about it this way, Crack. You will have the chance to rebuild it.
Why do all of our plans involve crashing?
It would give
No.
us a chance to put it in a dry dock at least, and we could work on the damage that was already there, including the new stuff.
What if I took things from inside the ship and put them on the outside of the ship to make it look as though it were falling apart?
Would that work? Would that fool a mechanic like you?
Like-
Until it got into dry dock.
Like skeletons and maybe like a chair and a gun?
That's what I'm thinking too.
Like from
Wait,
the outside. Bring me
we
that
have
shit.
we have skeletons on this ship?
No,
Yes.
We can.
technically.
We have droid skeleton.
As much damage as we can fake, but it needs to be believable. It needs to look like we actually need repairs, and presumably we would need to actually need repairs because they would likely be providing some mechanical assistance.
We do need repairs.
Severe repairs.
I can make the current damage to the ship look significantly worse to the point that a mechanic should admit us to a dry dock.
You can give me a mechanics difficulty 3 check, Crack. This is just thinking. It's not actually doing. So
No force.
no force or any skills that apply to when you're actually doing mechanics things.
Other than presumably, there's going to be one extra advantage. Ignore that. 3 success and a triumph, and 1 threat because
Yeah,
that
do one threat.
advantage.
So with that triumph, and those successes, you could probably bang up the hyperdrive enough that it would be leaking radiation, which would not only mean that you wouldn't be able to get to a planet, but would also very clearly read as significant damage. You'd have to get everybody into hard sealed suits so the radiation wouldn't kill them, and probably seal off the engineering bay until you got down to planet. But that would be enough internal damage, so you wouldn't have to do Red's plan, which is slingshot around the moon while scraping it.
Crack looks around and says, all right, so there's a method, but it's going to be very dangerous. So I will need all of you to remain confined to quarters and put on hard sealed suits.
That will not be required for me.
You're going to have to
Thank you.
explain this first.
What I'm going to do is I will make the exterior damage look severe, and then I will deactivate our hyperdrive in a way that can be repaired, but that will look sufficiently damaged so as to appear both on scan and on in-person examination to be damaged. But it will expel a nearly lethal quantity of, what is it, John? Radiation?
Radiation.
Of radiation. So everyone will need to wear sealed hard suits. And Nariz, you as well would likely want to stay away just in case.
So we'll need to seal off engineering, get everyone in hard suits, and make sure that everyone is as far from engineering as possible.
Doing a quick
Ash sort of leans over quietly to Nerez. Isn't that basically the exact suggestion I made like 30 seconds ago?
Possibly. There have been a lot of
Uh,
suggestions.
Jash, real quick, how many laminate suits did you use to modify yours?
2.
2.
How many laminate suits do you have? Because the
Opening up
riot gear
show.
are not sealable.
Right, yeah. Mhm.
Can I seal one of the chambers?
One of the
We have
engineering
four.
chambers. Yeah.
We have 4 remaining sets of laminate armor plus the one I'm wearing.
Can I put everybody in like the cockpit or one of their rooms and seal that?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be effectively radiation sealed because all the radiation shielding on the ship are for the outside.
Yep.
So you're all gonna have to hang on to the hull for a minute.
Is the heavy battle armor hard sealed?
Yes.
Okay, so Corserath is wearing that.
Heavy battle armor.
So-
Heavy battle armor can be sealed.
So with
if you take this
4, then.
group and put them in one of the bedrooms for any significant amount of time, you don't have to worry about the radiation.
So yeah, with Corserath in the heavy battle armor, the 4 extra laminates will be enough for Red, Ilyana, Avasia, and Crack. So that should be everyone.
Do we have 4 extra, or did we have 4 and 2 of them got cannibalized?
No, there are 4 left over.
Okay.
We already cannibalized the ones.
So you have just enough hard suits for this plan.
So
What is it, Ilyana?
run it through one more time. I need to be clear on this.
We are going to intentionally destabilize the hyperdrive system to the point where it is leaking radiation.
Right.
And thus obvious both upon scan and on in-person inspection that it is incapable of making a jump.
Right.
We are thus under, and he turns and looks at, was it Corserath or was it?
Corserath had the.
Okay.
It's a general core world regulation that no matter the current planetary situation, ships unable to make it to another planet are given dry dock.
Which does mean you'll have to head towards the Republic side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Crack just kind of points as Corserath says that. And then under that, we will land. We will get the ship into dry dock, which will allow us to make the necessary repairs, both on the existing damage and allow me to fix the alterations to
the new damage.
The alterations to the hyperdrive. And we will be planet side.
Okay.
No one has to scrape along a moon.
Nope.
And then
It does, however, just to point out a flaw, I'm not trying to. It does require that someone, assumedly you probably, have to be deceptive in any way, shape, or form, which is not going to happen successfully.
I can describe the state of the hyperdrive in as much specificity as may be required.
And when they ask you, how did it happen?
We were in a battle.
We were legitimately in a battle.
It is
There we
not
go.
mine.
We did not crash. One of the other team members was piloting the ship and ran into another ship. And then I took over, and then we were shot at. And then the
Okay.
hyperdrive was destabilized.
Right.
And now we are in need of assistance.
Yep. I'm just saying that if they question you any further or something happens and they don't buy it, we're going to be on a broken ship at their mercy.
Ilyana, for showing such concern for your party members, you're going to get...
What are you talking about, the party members? Don't get me wrong. I would love to get some light side points. I like playing this character, but this is not about the
No,
other people in the ship.
I was mostly just joking.
If it works, and great. I'm just... If it doesn't work, it really, really.
It's a valid concern, but the other option is more crashing.
So no other option. Nariz, you had concerns?
I mean, the other red pipes in. I mean, the other option doesn't require a radiation leak.
And a crash is something I feel confident you can do safely. I'm less so about you being deceitful, even specifically limiting yourself to the trees.
Also, I can handle comms if need be.
All right.
And not to stand against consensus, but assuming Red's piloting skills, a crash would let us at least roughly, for lack of a better term, choose where on the planet we're landing.
Yes.
It would also, however, immediately bring authorities towards us when a ship begins breaking atmo.
As opposed to going and chilling with the Republic with.
There's a difference between landing, performing repairs, and doing what business we need to while on the planet, and crashing and having emergency crews arrive to retrieve us.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying, with
there's a
some
war
of
going
us
on.
being who we are.
No, I'm well aware. I am aware of the color of my skin.
When there's a war going on, generally most emergency crews are otherwise occupied.
Or our military.
Military rescue crews would not be a fun thing.
This
No.
is fair.
We also do have laminate suits, as we have previously discussed. How, for my information as a player,
Mhm.
how transparent or opaque are the masks?
Very opaque. You can't see through them.
Okay, so you
They're
could
flash
simply
resistant kind of thing.
you could simply state that this atmosphere does not agree with you.
Whose laminate armor is that?
They are very clearly of Imperial design.
Yep.
How easy would it be to change that?
You don't have the paint.
I really
So-
like
so-
the idea of making that argument of, look, I understand this is an Imperial thing, but please don't look and see who's inside.
So the issue with changing that appearance is twofold. One, the design is different. Like the actual silhouette of the outfit from Republican to Imperial is very distinct. Even though they're both laminate armor, they're very different cuts. You know, kind of like how
Nazi uniform. Nazi uniform.
a Nazi
man.
a Nazi uniform and an American uniform might be cut from the same cloth, but you can very clearly tell the difference. And also it just the in addition to the colorization, like and insignia, you can scrape the insignia off, and you can repaint it, but the silhouette is still very clearly an Imperial laminate silhouette. Now,
the trade-off there is the people wearing them would largely be aliens.
I mean, yeah. Now you can disguise it to look like their former Imperial Army laminate, which would give you a little bit more of a "I killed an Imperial soldier and took this off of him" angle than a "I am an Imperial soldier" angle. But it'll still very clearly be Imperial laminate.
Lore question for this
Yeah.
period.
Mhm.
That might be a little.
Go ahead.
Well, question first.
Oh, that might be a little strange for a rescue ship. As we are presenting ourselves.
I guess my question is how uncommon would it be if we don't say, hey, we're from the Horizon Dawn, how common would it be for like a salvage crew to be wearing decommissioned military stuff?
Fairly common. Like,
Okay.
yeah, like you find the rule of salvage is you find it, it's yours, unless
Right.
you're being paid specifically to find things. And Like it's very likely if you acid wash them and age them up a bit, for you to be like, yeah, we found we salvaged some Imperial ships and this came off of it. Nothing on your ship identifies you as a Horizon Relief Effort ship at the moment.
Yeah. And it is, it is.
so-
Crack's proud of how it works. It does look like a junker.
It looks better than a junker because it is all in one piece, but it is a very unique looking
Old,
ship.
yeah.
It's a very old, unique looking ship. So
And then the extra bonus is the armor that Corsarath is wearing is very specifically mercenary issue rather than Imperial issue.
well, you're wearing HUD armor too, right?
Yeah.
there.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't suggesting anything totally out of the pale. But then Crack says, "Well, why don't we present ourselves as a salvage crew who showed up a little early to a party at that conflict on the hyperlane and had to escape? That would explain us having gear from both sides of the conflict, as well as the composition of our crew."
Oh yes, no. Most governments are very friendly towards the sort of scavengers that pick the corpses of their people after a battle is over.
Oh, good.
It would be the enemy of the people.
That was
we are going
sarcasm,
to-
Crack.
You-
Sorry.
But Imperial issue gear being salvaged is less likely to be disapproved of by the Republic.
Remind
This
me,
is true.
how did we get this? So,
I assume you killed some Imperials and took it off their corpses.
My
No,
fellow-
we
Got it.
haven't.
I have an absolutely crazy idea.
Hmm.
How about, short of the reason that we're actually going to the planet, we tell them the truth?
I mean, yes, we were actively attacked by Imperials. So,
Corsarath, you could theoretically BS your way into an Imperial landing site.
yes, but that went so well the last time I did that.
Are you better at it now?
No, I have no extra skill in deception than I did last time. Avazia is still better at lying than I am.
Anyone other than Corsarath can make a lore check, difficulty 3.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
2 successes and an advantage.
2 successes.
Nope.
Because why should I get any success on any roll tonight whatsoever?
Who knows? Jash, you recall because you have excellent chess memory. And Avasia, you recall because he's your husband. Corsarath has a way to connect to an intelligence agent in his pocket.
Yeah.
Mention that.
Yes.
His call sign is Black Pyramid.
Yeah. Well, then I leave it up to the group of you. Do we want to rely on the Republic's good graces or lie our way into Imperial space?
We still have to damage the ship to get into Imperial space.
Probably not.
I vote Imperial space.
I vote we see what the gentleman in your pocket can do.
That would probably still involve lying our way into Imperial space.
Was that a metaphor?
Yes.
Ilyana, you look.
What would that be a metaphor?
His penis.
Ilyana, you look like you had a statement.
Definitely. I vote with the people who are voting for the Imperial side.
All right. Anyone else have any particular leanings?
I'm not going to vote on this one.
Red goes, not Republic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a valid point.
All
I
right.
mean, we can go Republic. I'd like to test my lightsaber out, but
I really like the idea that we completely forgot about that. show up there, and then just all of a sudden Red starts murdering everybody.
Well, that's what was gonna happen, but
Oh man, now I want us to go to that side.
All right. Of course, Wrath will pull the communicator out and contact Black Pyramid.
As you sit and wait for the communicator to connect, that's where we're gonna go on our break for the night. We'll be back in just a few minutes. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. We'll be back in a few. We're back. So,
Stop
Korsarath,
Get my own ink.
the inverted black pyramid symbol appears over your communicator. And that text-to-speech sort of synthesized voice comes over. What can I do for you?
You wouldn't happen to have potential contacts that could land a ship on Alderaan without too many questions, do you?
There was a moment.
The planet is currently in lockdown.
Do you have access to an Imperial frequency?
There is an open Imperial channel I could access, yes.
Broadcast this on the Imperial frequency. And a data burst goes through.
What should I expect from this?
If it works, you'll be contacted.
Bye.
Click.
Excellent, Father. Just as informative as I would be, yes.
You forgot to ask what happens if it doesn't work.
If it doesn't work,
Shoot.
we'll find out.
I'm sure nothing bad would happen.
My money is on immediate turbo laser targeting.
I lean over to Crack. You might get to crash the ship after all.
I'm saying things like that.
You're the ones who voted to go the Imperial route.
Because so we wouldn't hurt the ship.
Well, this is a chance of hurting the ship. That's definitely hurting the ship.
I will head over to the comm station. I'll open up that Imperial comm channel and broadcast the data burst.
The data burst appears to be a series of random characters and numbers. And just sort of click, beep, and it's just, to your ears, it's just sort of static. It's a static burst.
Mm-hmm.
You wait. And a Rhodian voice comes back over the comm, who all speaks Huttese. All right.
Literally two of us. Okay.
I don't think I do.
Yeah. Dak is not in
I think I do.
that
Yeah.
space, is it?
As well.
No, Dak is not in Hut space.
Then no.
It's a core world.
I think we established that Nerys did.
So those of you that speak Huttese hear this Rhodian voice, and it says something cryptic, like not like the crow, the crow calls at midnight or anything like that. It says gibberish. It's actual gibberish.
Thieves.
And after the gibberish is done, your Nava computer pings.
I checked the Navi computer.
Damn it, Siri.
It has landing coordinates in it.
Red, get us these coordinates.
Red punches it, hits it in.
Try to scan that location.
Yeah, give me a computer check, difficulty 2.
When you said gibberish, I just immediately thought of the Thermian dialect.
Nerys is not locking down their force powers again by this point.
Not or is?
Is.
Is, okay.
Yep.
That's 3 successes and a triumph.
Alright. It appears to be a mountain range that you're looking at. There is no visible installation. As you get closer, there are no visible installations.
Does it happen to be near the mountain range where we know
Oh,
our
no, God,
Archon
no.
is at? Okay, I was say.
If I can, I'd like to use the triumph to notice something important,
Okay.
not necessarily, related to the base.
As you break Atmo, your sensors definitely ping an acknowledgement from the planetary sensors. So you have been noticed by whoever's watching planetary sensors.
Okay. No incoming fire or anything.
No, there doesn't seem to be any structures nearby where you're heading towards the moment.
Well, someone knows we're here. Not sure if it's the same ones who sent the code or not.
We'll find out briefly, won't we?
As Red approaches the mountain, something that you couldn't see from above becomes much more visible as you get closer. There is a section of the mountain that has been carved away. Of one particular mountain has been carved away into what appears to be some sort of like castle. And you sort of, as you're getting closer, you see infrastructure that seems fairly like archaic in design, but still modern in technology. Like you see some shield generators and some radar beacons and things, built into the infrastructure. But there seems to be sort of a mountain villa, constructed into the slope of the mountainside and going down it, that you are being directed to by your navicomputer. As you approach, two of the landing signal lights that are currently blue begin flashing red and green as as landing indicators.
Mm-hmm.
And Red looks over their shoulder at Korsrath. Am I landing this thing?
Yep.
Okay. And the ship sets down on a landing pad situated just inside this sort of carved out structure. You see a bunch of droids maneuvering around throughout the facility. All manner of droids. Some repair droids, some protocol droids, some combat droids. All of them bearing Imperial insignias. None of them biological. There doesn't seem to be any biological creatures here. A protocol droid is sort of approaching the ship.
All right.
You and Navazio take the front, I assume?
Yes, and everyone gear up.
I don't like it
Helmets
here.
back on.
Are we? Yeah. Does that, by context, does that mean like just armor and so on, or should we put on the laminate suits? Is there air inside this base? I know Alderaan has that.
You're in atmosphere, so yes.
Okay.
It's open to the atmosphere. Like there's no way they could pressurize it to kill your air.
Okay.
Are you sensing something specific, Ileana?
No, I just don't. I just pointed the general wave in the general direction of the complete lack of sensible sentience.
Which conveniently means that all of it can be controlled. Craig, that is something from your end.
I know something horrible happened on my computer.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say,
You have to-
Vicious
was
ads.
that Enya?
You have to remember, correct?
Sounded like Enya.
Incognito window and mute.
We're hilarious.
The vicious power of ads.
Anyways.
Jash will post up next to Nerys then.
All right.
As we all assemble for disembarking.
Yep.
Of course, Wrath and Navazi are the first ones down the ramp, I guess.
Ramp drops.
Not having my lightsaber out.
This Imperial protocol droid, silver, silver plated with a really rat-like face, sort of hobbles up, and in that same Rhodian voice you heard previously speaking Huttese, exclaims, "Welcome, agents of Cipher 9. I trust you have your assignments established already.
We do.
Does your ship require sweeping for evidence or corpses?"
No corpses, no evidence, simply damage.
We shall instrument repairs. The protocol droid turns, and more Huttese gibberish comes out. You're pretty certain that they're speaking binary in Huttese.
Okay,
Does
yeah.
that help me? Because I speak binary. as
No,
well.
it doesn't.
No? Okay.
It's a
They
weird...
are verbalizing the Huttese words for 1 and 0 at light speed.
Kind of. And it's a weird vocal encryption, basically. That's something that only droids could do.
I am sticking, by the way, super close to the Sith duo.
Yeah, it's because Nereus, you can understand what's being said, and if you
Mhm.
translate it over to binary, it's still gibberish.
Okay.
Like
Huh.
it is definitely it's some sort of vocal encryption, is what it is, from what you can tell.
Got it. I'm gonna keep working on that while stuff is happening. I'm
Rep-
trying to figure it out.
Droids come over and begin working on repairs on the ship.
Looking over at the protocol droid, how long will repairs take?
Repairs on the vessel of this size should take... There's a twitch as the head clicks off to one side. 32 hours.
In that time span, could we get transportation to where was the mountain range we needed to find?
Far north of here.
Do I have a general geographic coordinate?
Yeah.
Could we procure transportation to these coordinates?
We have no pilots at this facility, however.
We have a pilot if you have a shuttle.
Cypher 9 has a on-world shuttle here at the base.
That will suffice.
Providing you have the appropriate credentials to activate it, you can use it.
Is he asking for them immediately, or is he basically saying you would need the credentials? To
No, yeah,
activate the ship?
he gave you a statement. He wasn't asking you a question.
All right. So, very well. We'll go take a look if we need to. Thank you for the information. Which dock would that shuttle be in?
You'll find it below, in the villa. Take care. The natives do not know that this operation exists.
Of course. Very well. Let's move on. Of course, Rath says, looking at the rest of the group and nodding and starting to walk.
The protocol droid watches you go.
Mm.
And
of course, Rath will make his way down to presumably a turbo lift that will take us to the villa.
Yeah, walking through this this base, it seems to be fully automated. There are no sentients here. I mean, no non-droid sentients, I should clarify. And yeah, you very easily can find a turbo lift that'll take you down to like the entrance hall, which then leads out into the villa proper. Exiting, you find that this seems to be like sort of a castle, like estate at the top of a downhill villa. And there are lots of buildings and streets, and there are people walking around, almost all Alderaanian, wearing specific sort of like a fairly uniform color sewn into various places, and a flag that has those colors as well flying on several of the houses. Seems to be some sort of it seems to be a specific house's villa. Anyone who wants
we
to
ID that possibly?
Yeah, you can make a Core Worlds roll, difficulty 3.
Excellent use of cartel coins for this hideout.
Hey, 4 successes.
Sure, I'll give it.
I'm not going to be able to make a Core Worlds
2
roll.
successes.
You can always try.
Yeah, I can try. 3. Nope.
As usual.
Didn't fail by much, but I did fail.
So, Avasia, this is definitely some sort of noble house's insignia. You're familiar enough with like coat of arms and things to be able to tell that much, but you have no idea who specifically it is. Jash, this villa belongs to a minor family of the Alderaanian nobility. The one that specifically is a subfamily to House Thule. Which would, in particular, this would be... House Alderaan.
So Jash will sort of shift slightly away from Nerez over to Corsorath. Heraldry appears to be that of the Alderaan house, who's subject to House Thule. And then just drop back.
Well, let's see if we can find that planetary shuttle.
Anything that would show up on scans from the ship?
From the ship? Probably not. It'd be too small for what you're looking for. You can give me what would be an appropriate skill for searching for a thing?
Perception?
Probably would be perception, wouldn't it? Yeah. Say either perception or streetwise. Difficulty 2.
Both the same for me.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not so much looking at that. I'm trying to gauge like if our presence has caused any ripples here, if the pattern seems abnormal to me as far as like how active things are, because stuff has been going on and I'm trying to get a read on like what kind of situation we might be walking into.
Sure, give me a same perception.
Same.
Yeah, perception or cool in your case.
I'm better at cool, so let's do that. Difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's nice that you'll probably be able to read the crowd because none of us are finding what we're looking for.
Oh, I got 3 advantages. No success.
Hey!
Thank
God for Avazia.
Yay!
Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. My roll 20 is giving me a really hard time right now.
That's okay. Roll20 gives lots of people a hard time all the time.
As always, our people person, Avasia.
Oh.
I mean, this time she was looking for a ship, but
Jeremy, at least you get a result.
I mean, how many times has Jeremy just had a straight wash?
Right?
Yeah.
With like a ridiculous number of dice.
I know. I'm just saying, at least in this particular instance, you get a result. As opposed
Yes,
to Red,
that
who got
result was
nothing.
actively worse than a wash.
It's one of those things where it's like, would you rather be bad or boring?
I mean, this allows me to keep bitching about it, so I'll take this first.
There you go.
Mm.
I have literally not rolled anything that does not have at least one failure in it this game as a total result.
Yeah, that requires successes or failures, yeah. All right, Avasia, you locate a public like parking deck thing on the lower levels of the villa that has a lot of vehicles that have these logos on it, and then one that distinctly has no ornamentation on it. And it seems to be some sort of truck.
She will nudge Korsarath and point over there.
All right.
So it's basically a cargo speeder?
It is a light speeder truck.
Okay.
Has a bed and everything.
Korsarath will scan with his comlink to see if it has any kind of signal receiver.
Nothing evident.
All right. He's wondering if the same signal would have allowed him to access the truck. But
You go up to it and inspect it. There's room for 2 people in the cab and up to 8 people in the bed of the truck. The bed is covered and has a thing you can pull down to completely seal it. It's like imagine like a World War II or Vietnam era military like truck, but on hover treads rather than wheels.
Right.
Kind of
Legit.
thing.
Well,
he will see if it's locked.
It's not locked.
He will open the door.
You open the
Red,
door.
are you as good at driving something like this as our ship, or?
I believe Red is, yes, as good at driving that as a ship. Let me check.
How is your
Okay,
planetary?
not as good, but still pretty good.
Pretty good.
With 4 agility and 2 points in pilot planetary skill.
Fair.
It's
all right. So now we just have to see if we can get this thing turned on, I suppose.
Korsarath, you notice.
I start mashing buttons. Just awful.
No.
Korsarath is the one in the door, so
Korsarath, you notice that on it's got a stick style ignition. So like there's a stick that you like sort of jam forward to turn it on. And you notice that on top of it there seems to be like a needle point.
he will put his hand on the needle point.
It's not that big. It's like thumb sized.
Yeah, so jam his thumb into it.
It pricks your thumb and your blood sort of pours down into it. And there's a moment and then the truck roars to life.
DNA locks. As it turns out, genetic match.
Question. So we have a rough geographic coordinate for the mountains where Archon Pantier was sensed.
I can keep that up.
Excellent.
I can look.
Given where we are now and estimated speeds of light speeder trucks, how long would it take to probably get there from here using this?
It depends. It depends on the terrain and what, if any, there is in the way of roads and infrastructure between here and there. But given ideal scenarios, it should take a couple days. Given not ideal scenarios, longer.
Korsarath, is there any reason we're not simply waiting the 30 hours for the ship to be repaired and taking that?
Well, flying through the air invokes a certain amount of extra attention.
Reasonable.
You will be going through Imperial territory in this truck as well, so it's like you'd be going through Imperial airspace in the ship.
Yeah, I would rather not fly our unidentified junker through Imperial airspace when we have a Cypher's truck to take through Imperial ground space.
None of you know what Cypher means, by the way, except for, of course, Rath and
No.
Avasia.
What is
All right.
this Cypher 9?
Also,
Presumably, Black Pyramid's former rank among Imperial intelligence.
why is this truck key to your genetic code?
Of course, Thoras just kind of
That.
smirks. Because Black Pyramid is my father.
Why is this code? Why is this truck keyed to Black Pyramid's genetic code? Does he
Because
have a
Black
truck
Pyramid is
model?
formerly Cypher 9.
Why does Cypher
What
9
is-
have a truck in this port? Does he have
Because
one?
this is Cipher 9. You would have heard this. This is Cipher 9's basically holdout on this planet.
I see.
Because the thing the protocol droid said when we went down the ramp was "Greetings, agents of Cipher 9."
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was out of the room at that point.
Yeah, the protocol droid greeted us as agents of Cipher 9.
Okay, I will walk back that last question out of the 3.
Well, I suppose getting underway then.
Let's go.
Red hops in the driver's seat, slams the door shut. Who's riding shotgun?
I will.
The rest of you pile into the back?
Yep.
Presumably you help Nereus get in.
Yep.
Yeah, someone's gotta help me.
There's plenty enough room in there for you, but it's just awkward to get in with 3 legs. Yeah.
Jash will assist. I can pretty much guarantee it's Avazia doing most of the lifting, though.
Probably.
Will they let me? Will Nerys let me force lift them in?
No, do not.
I was gonna say I bind, pick up, carry. No.
You are in a public space for what it's worth.
Yes, do not do that.
Oh.
Would that be bad in a public space?
Yes.
Potentially.
Let's
not
just
Let
let's
them
just
know
out.
what we are.
Yeah. Let's just out to everyone who might be in visual range.
And Crack just comes in and helps lift.
Yep.
Oh, this is one of those places.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So, you load into the truck, and it takes off. You got a couple of days of driving ahead of you, mostly on paved roads. There are some areas that you have to detour because the road's been shelled away in the fighting, and occasionally you have to make a detour because you can see conflict off in the distance where there are ground troops fighting. But for the most part, you're unimpeded, except by the occasional like sort of convoy passing that sort of forces you off the road for a little bit. No one, the truck does not seem to attract any undue attention. You can give me a warfare check, anyone who wants to, for why that is difficulty 2.
Sure. I'll try that.
1 success.
Sure,
Why not?
I'm bad at these. Hey, I did get a
I
success,
failed.
though.
I seem to have a habit of just rolling advantages on intelligence checks.
Wow!
Alana remains consistent.
Wow, Jeremy! For those at home, Jeremy rolled 4 dice. Their faces were blank, 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 failure. Holy shit.
One might say the Force is not with me right now.
Ah, you are cursed.
This is news to you?
No, it's not. It's just a confirmation. What witch did you back over in a public parking lot?
I mean, I feel like the problem is less that, and that I did something to another witch that pissed them off. Like, they did something to me, I did something to them. This was several lifetimes ago, and it's just carrying through incarnations.
Anyways. So, Nereus, Avasia, and Jash, as you're riding in the back, which makes sense that you'd notice this from the back, there seems to be some sort of computer bits built into the sides of the truck that seem to be some sort of signal and receiving, like some sort of signaling and receiving technology. You would assume that they're sending out like some sort of confirmation code passively that basically is telling Imperial troops to ignore this truck.
Right. Mm-hmm.
As the drive is going, Corserath will over the group comms. So a bit of Imperial intelligence information for those unfamiliar who will need it.
Red reaches over and just slides open the window between the cab and the bed of the truck.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I didn't realize there was the window there.
I know. I didn't describe it. I was just waiting for it because that's something Red would
It's
do.
a good visual, though.
Yeah. So through the window. Cypher agents are Imperial Intelligence's deep cover operatives. They are given a degree of operational independence and freedom to approach tasks the Imperium requires from an oblique angle. They recruit their own agents, and they are outfitted with their own equipment and starships.
The Empire, not the Imperium.
Sorry, the Empire. Thank you. Different galactic, weird pseudo-fascist empire.
The not Gothic
Hey lads, what's going on?
Yes, of the Empire. They approach any of the Empire's problems from an oblique angle, and yes, they recruit their own operatives, and they're outfitted with their own starships and equipment. They are essentially the best cover one can have if you can prove that you are in fact an operative for a Cypher agent.
Excellent. Gives you a degree of latitude then, I suppose.
How much of this being used will get back to our particular issues with people in the Empire?
Presumably none. Imperial Agents is very quiet, especially about its ciphers. Ciphers are given a certain amount of, as I said, operational independence. What a cipher doesn't go back unless they need to report to their keeper.
You do know that a handler will probably look into the arrival of agents here, so you don't have indefinite time.
Yeah. Eventually, a handler will choose to investigate the arrival of Cypher agents, so we can't simply stay here for years.
I am concerned that we might be leading the Empire to a faction that is working against them.
Unlikely at the moment until a handler decides to follow us.
Pantier will not be able to stay here. Not when we're heading straight for his front door.
Pantier shouldn't be staying here in the current situation.
We are not giving him that choice.
At the moment, we need to resolve whatever he needs and get him off planet because we need to get the order assembled.
For what it's worth, Nerys, I believe if Archon Pantier is remotely educated on the nuances of rebellion, he and his forces are likely already prepared more or less at a moment's notice to quit their current lodgings and take up the fight elsewhere.
Yes. I am concerned that we don't know what is happening here.
We have very little idea what's happening here, which is why we need to get in touch with Archon Pantier as quickly as possible, I would presume.
Yes.
And this truck will be a signal for Imperial forces to avert their gazes to what we're doing.
Yes, there seems to be some sort of broadcasting equipment back here, so... But I appreciate the explanation.
Crack, ship hasn't crashed yet.
Very pleased with how things have progressed so far.
Trip's not over yet.
Convenient that my father had an entirely automated safe house on this planet.
Yes.
He probably has an entirely automated safe house on most planets.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest here, yes.
Did you know he was your father when we landed on planet with the Varns? What was that called?
A bad place.
Ibanji.
Ibanji.
Bungie.
Did you know he was your father when we landed on Ibanji?
Not immediately.
Congratulations.
Are you okay?
Why would I not be?
We do not know what your relationship with your father is.
Significantly better than my relationship with my mother.
It appears so. Yes, you are on speaking terms.
I mean,
I can relate.
if we pulled into our destination and there was a Quarren and it was my father, I would be very surprised.
I always knew that my father was an imperial intelligence agent. This is a rational sequence of events.
Okay. Well, he pauses, sort of looking around the back of the truck and then peering back through the window into the cab. If you want to talk about it,
My father is an imperial intelligence agent whose brainwashing was used by my mother to force him to act as a genetic donor to create a perfect son.
Craig nods, considering.
Nereus, you suddenly realize Korsrath's your cousin.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family tree.
I'm trying to remember because I don't have that part of my notes. How is that worked out again? I can't even remember at this point.
You're the adopted child of my father's brother.
That's right. Okay. Huh.
Because
His father's uncle's cousin's former
because the
roommate.
Codex is Jinimaizo Zardun.
Yep.
And the Archon.
That's right. There we go.
Is
That was it.
Jin Ibeshu Zardun.
Yep.
Because in Chiss families, the first and last part of the name are the same, and the middle part is their personal given name.
Mm-hmm.
So Nerys sits on that for a while, and then I think that makes you technically, possibly my cousin.
That would be accurate.
Well then.
Huh. Wait.
Congratulations.
On which side?
The only side that matters.
Yes, Nereus would be the adoptive child of my father's brother.
Wait, who's your father's brother?
The Archon.
The Exarch.
Exarch, thank you. The Exarch.
All right.
I keep forgetting Archon, Exarch, similar words, different ranks.
Yes.
Jinaveshu Zarzun. I will start. Nereus will start explaining the weird. They are in the same family. My full name is Jin Uri Zardun.
Theoretically, if I were to apply family lineage, my name would be Jin Korsarath Zardun, but that doesn't flow off the tongue.
Korsarath is a Sith name, not a Chiss name.
Yes,
so.
yes.
It doesn't apply properly.
You could get a Chiss name if you asked your father for one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Vasya, does that make Nerys your cousin-in-law?
I guess.
It's a complicated family dynamic.
Congratulations and for condolences.
Sorry, what did you just say, Greg?
Is anyone else here related?
I look over at Jash. You wouldn't.
I'm sure that there's some relation back multiple generations.
No, you're a low class family. The Zarduns are a high class family back in the Chiss ascendancy.
Yeah, but my social ranking is significantly lower than Zarduns.
Ilyana, do you want to be cousins?
Ilyana isn't talking to you all.
Hey,
His
Eliana.
message in chat
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed it.
because I didn't want to disrupt the conversation
No,
that
it's
was
good.
going on.
I poke Ilyana's elbow. Ilyana.
I will answer that once I'm done meditating and looking ahead.
Go ahead and roll.
Fair.
For the record, I did miss that. That does not change Crack's question in the slightest.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm 100% certain that it doesn't. It's okay. We don't need that last light side point.
You
Take some
already
more
run through
conflict
all
there.
of them.
Yes,
He
we
was
did.
busy, John.
Yep.
Okay.
How do the Zardoons stand compared to the Narutos?
So how many days ahead? We're like 1 day out, right?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah. So one for so one to activate for the day ahead, two for the details, the extra details beyond the initial.
You see Roland Pantier standing above you, like at an angle. Nothing else, just him standing above.
Like outside somewhere.
See, there's sky in
Inside?
the backdrop. Yes.
Okay.
For whatever it's worth to Ilyana, fairly handsome, regal appearance, sort of well built, dark dark skin tone, nice looking.
That is worth something.
And you also see the engine block of the truck getting obliterated by a laser blast as a separate detail.
Okay. So sorry, what was the question that was asked?
Nereus just said, "Hey, Ilyana," and poked you in the elbow.
the question from Crack was, "Hey, Nerys, do you want to be cousins?" Or not? It was, "Hey,
Ilyana,
Ilyana,
yeah.
do you want to be cousins?"
He opens her eyes, looks over, and goes, "How do you know we're not?"
I don't. Everyone's here. Almost everyone else is related. Maybe we are.
We aren't.
We want to be.
That doesn't matter. We're not. Yes.
I was just wondering what your favorite color was.
Why?
It's the weird little
That's
thing.
privileged information.
All right then. Mine is orange.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Nobody likes this truck too much, right?
No.
I'm
Okay,
sorry?
cool.
Why?
Is it going away?
Parts of it.
What did you see?
Are we on it when parts of it are
I
going
don't
away?
know.
Okay.
Was that in response to Avazia or to me?
Not specific. That's what happens when you ask two questions before you get a response. But we're gonna find him.
Yeah,
Him
that's
being
reassuring.
Also, he's kind of hot.
him being
Presumably Roland Pantier. The
Josh
person
kind
we're
of
looking for.
Twists his
Points
mouth a
and
little
nods.
bit, and then kind of nods in agreement.
Are we all going to be okay?
Looks over, gives just a long look, goes, I think I will.
There is a discharge of laser fire immediately following that sentence. As
How
the
far?
engine block of the truck goes away. And
You know, that fucking tracks with how well anything has gone for me this session.
and I need all of you to make a roll.
woo.
This is going to be either athletics or resilience. Difficulty 3.
Oh, let's do resilience. Oh no, they're both bad. They're
I am
both
equally
really
bad
bad.
at both.
Hey, same.
Those are good.
One success. Yes.
Here we go. All right.
2 successes.
Difficulty 3.
Yes.
I'm gonna try resilience.
That's what I expect.
Oh.
Ah! I got a success. 4 threats,
You
but a
did.
success on 1 dice.
I'm so excited to be rolling
so proud of
this
myself.
these dice right now, John. Let me tell you.
Maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the one.
Nope. Literally one failure again. How many of your rolls tonight have been literally one failure and
A
nothing
lot.
else?
A
A
lot. Of them.
lot.
Oh, let's get reds up for them real quick.
Fuck.
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. Let's see what's better. Resilience.
Liliana and
athletics?
Corsair are dead.
I hope not.
No, that'd be bad.
All right. Everyone takes a strain for each threat you rolled,
Okay.
and if you rolled a failure, you take 5 points of. You take 5 wounds.
Does
Okay.
that soak?
You can soak. Yes.
So I take 1 wound. And because I have the resilience talent from my Magus tree, I take no strain.
Those that made successes do not take any wounds, but you still take the strain if you have threats.
3 specs.
As you all are thrown from the truck, as it suddenly dives nose first into the ground because of the force of the blast that took out the engine.
That makes
and
sense.
sort of like you know how levers work, right? Where you were all in the back and
Right.
Right, it's like hitting the front brakes on your bike instead of the rear brakes when you're coming
Yeah.
down a hill.
Yeah, you all get
I'm just-
thrown out of the car.
I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna take the time to Ilyana's making an assumption now. In the process of looking up from the ground, high.
You see Roland Pantier.
Yep.
Lightsaber ignited with this thin needle, like sort of like icicle almost, like lightsaber blade sticking out of one end, just holding it out in the general direction of you all.
Corserath looks up.
Welcome.
That was an excellent greeting, Archon Pantier.
Welcome to the Pantier compound. And that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.